Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good day to you all. I'm Teacher Oakley. Welcome to Verbling. In today's class, we're going to be looking at idioms. In fact, at this particular time slot for the next 4 days, including today, we'll be looking at different idioms that we use to describe and compare. Today, we are going to focus on idioms we used to talk about easy and difficult. We will be doing this by doing some fill-in-the-blank exercises. We're going to start out with some dictionary meaning of that later appear in the idiom, so we can be sure of understanding the literal meanings. This helps kind of paint a picture of what they're trying to say by use of the idiom. All right, so we're going to do some exercises together, take turns as a class. As we do these exercises, I will be attempting to think of any other related idioms that are used for the same purpose, as well as maybe discussing a bit about how and when we use these, what situations, or sometimes some idioms are only used in first person. Other times they're only used to talk about somebody else. So third person, second person. Idioms can be situational. So I'll be trying to clarify that. That's often one of the more difficult parts to understand about idiom usage. Okay, as we go along, when I do idioms class, I'm very, very anxious to hear your questions, to hear suggestions of other idioms that you have heard, as well as idioms in your own native languages, which may be the same or very similar, or completely different idioms used for the same purpose in speaking. Okay, hello Heidi.
Hello, nice to see you again. Have you ever seen Birdman?
Birdman? No, I literally had like 5 minutes before class, and so I just checked. It won a whole bunch of Oscars, right?
Yeah, I was checking
I
just before.
skimmed an article like 5 minutes before, just before class, myself.
I didn't know.
No, I have not seen Birdman. Have you?
No, I didn't know that even that title. It's first time to hear the Birdman.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this. I'm familiar with the main actor, of course. He's been around forever.
It's first time to see him.
Yeah, yeah, he's been around forever. He's had an interesting career, actually. He started out as a comedian, and he went
Oh, really?
different. Yeah, he went a totally different direction, and he more or less does all like dramatic roles now. He played Batman once. Anyway, he did. He was Batman, and now he's Birdman.
It's not a superhero movie.
Right. Well, he really was Batman, and now he's Birdman. I don't know how that plays into things, but I have not seen this movie. No.
I'll check later on YouTube.
Yeah, I would like to. Sure, I would. You know, Oscar winners are generally good movies to see. I don't always agree with their picks, but generally they're decent movies. They rarely pick loser movies. Anyway, okay. Our focus for this class: idioms to compare easy and difficult. All right. I think you're going to recognize some of today's material, most likely. All right. Others, come on and join. There's plenty of room. I don't really care. It doesn't matter when you join the class. Just jump in, and when you're ready. but I want to get started here so we can get the material covered. So I'm going to do a screen share. Again, I'm going to start with literal meanings of some of the key words, which are then going to be used in our idioms. All right, so very simply, we're going to do a simple fill-in-the-blank exercise. Read the sentence, filling in the blank with these in bold, italics, above here. Okay, hang on before we get started. Let me welcome a couple new arrivals. Hello, Bakri.
Yes, Bakri.
Bakri, okay. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Bakri?
I'm from Sudan.
Sudan. Okay, very good. Welcome to this. Nice to have you with us. And our old friend Nader is here. Hello, Nader. Hello. Yeah, actually, thanks for reminding me. The Verbling chat box is useful only to a point. I can write I can write 8 or 10 things over there, and then it runs out of room and it doesn't scroll up. So I'm going to join you fellows over in the group chat. That is the blue talk blue, the upper left corner. If you click on that, obviously Bakri and Nader are already there. So Heidi, I'm going to be using that for any extra to write in other related idioms and so forth. Okie doke. Heidi, can you get us started with sentence number 1?
A long step is called a stride.
Did you ever see the movies or read the book? Oh my gosh, I suddenly forgot. With the hobbits and Gandalf and all of that. Oh, jeez. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, never mind. Oh, forget it. Okay.
No problem.
Never mind. All right. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, one of the main characters, Aragorn, his name was Strider.
Oh.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that, but never mind. To stride, yes, a long stride common collocation. To stride room, take long, big steps. Okay, Bakri, number 2.
Brazil, almond, and hazel are all kinds of by crack. What is no? No, I have no idea.
No idea. Really? You've eaten almonds, haven't you?
Okay, so by.
Yeah.
Or what? By. Yeah.
Well, okay, almonds. Brazil, hazel nuts.
No,
Brazil nuts. And almond, but nut. Walnut. There's lots of kinds of nuts. Macadamia nuts. Okay. All kinds of nuts. And I just have to make a quick comment about the grammatical structure here. Are all kinds of nuts. This should be plural, really, when we use it here. All right. Nuts. Fruit of a tree, the seed. Lord of the Rings. Oh, yeah, there. That's what I was trying to think of. Lord of the Rings. Yeah, thank you. Nader, number 3. If meat is something tough, yes, you have to chew it a lot before you can swallow it, of course. Yes, sometimes meat that is tough We might call it stringy. Right? Maybe it has a lot of gristle. Yeah, we all hate tough meat. That's not.
You should
So
eat
fun.
Kobe
So
beef.
good.
Kobe beef.
Should eat what?
You should eat Kobe beef. You don't need any
Kobe
teeth.
beef. Yeah. Yeah, but it's too expensive. I
Yeah.
wish I could eat Kobe beef. Yeah, it is delicious. It is awesome. Number 4, Heidi.
The Christian ceremony of baptism is a ceremony which welcomes new members to the church.
That's right. Yep. It involves anointing the person with water, holy water. Anointing, okay, like blessing them in a physical way.
Well, even
Absolutely.
Japan, the same. One
Yeah.
month or 1 month old baby, the parents bring to the shrine. And then the priest put some water and write down
Really?
the letter, the meaning with big. Change the character, only one letter on the forehead.
Really? Interesting. I did not know that. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, quite similar. All right. Before we move on, let me say hello to Samira and welcome to you. How are you, Samira? Hi, Samira.
Hello, teacher. I'm sorry, I have a problem with computer again.
Okay. Okay. Nice to have you aboard. Okay, I'm going to continue here. About 5. Bakri?
You sew with his sack.
I don't think so. Sew is a verb. That's the verb we use to work with clothing. It's the motion or the activity, the verb. If you're making clothing, you sew. So in order to make clothing, you sew with a
Needle.
needle. There you go. Very good. That's right. A needle and thread.
Yeah.
A long, very, very thin kind of string. It's called thread. Right. Okay. Nader. Nader, you can make something with fruit or meat. A pie. Of course, a pie. All right. You can make pie with fruit or meat. Or, you know, I've had chocolate pie. And I've had custard pie. No fruit or meat. So not only fruit or meat. There's other kinds of pie. But usually okay. Make a pie. I'm very excited. My wife just bought a pie plate today, which is almost impossible to find here in the Philippines. So I'm very excited to cook some pie later. I'm going to make a pie. I can't wait.
So excited.
I am so excited. You have no idea what a dull life. Okay. Samira, number 7, please.
Yeah, now I can see it. Okay. Farmers used to dry their hay by building
Okay.
baptism. No,
Exactly.
I don't think so.
I know. I'm just.
Exactly.
So the answer is.
What can we build? I don't know.
What can they build? You don't know.
No.
Well, it's made out of hay.
Okay.
A haystack.
Haystack.
Stack.
Haystack. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, a very big pile of hay. It's a haystack, of course, in an organized way. All right, sure. Do you know what hay is?
No, I just check it in my
Hmm.
translate.
Hay is
Kind of grass.
also sometimes grass. Yeah, sometimes called straw. Hay is the dried grass. That's exactly it. It's
Yeah,
basically dried
dry and
grass.
yellow kind of color.
Yeah, that's right. For feeding cows and horses. Uh, right. Okay. Very good. Heidi, back to you.
If a snake bites you, find a doctor as fast as possible.
Maybe. Depends what kind of snake, doesn't it?
Depends on the snake.
Yeah, it does.
If it's a rattlesnake, it's very dangerous.
Cobra.
Cobra, viper. Yeah, you might want to talk to a doctor. If an ordinary garden snake bites you, who cares? Your mother. Okay. Chris, number
So if you crack something, you break it in some way.
Okay. So crack can be a verb. To crack something, you crack a glass, or you crack your windshield in your car, for example. There's a line through the glass. You crack a plate. It causes like a fault line in the plate in the window. Crack a skull. You crack your skull. Yeah, right. You can crack a rib. Crack your skull. Absolutely. If you crack your skull, then there is a crack. It's also a noun. So crack is a verb or a noun. There's a crack in your skull, right? Kind of a fault line in your skull. Of course, there's a slang. Crack is some cocaine, some kind of a drug. It's a derivative of cocaine. I don't really know. I guess you smoke it and you get high. So, all right, that's a totally different crack.
Yeah, but there's the kind of the 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 basic or the strongest cocaine ever. The crack one.
Is it?
The crack cocaine.
Okay. All right, I believe you. Another slang meaning, however, if I say he's cracked, I mean he's crazy. Like, well, yeah.
Crack a joke.
Oh, and you also, oh, very good. You crack a joke. Very good. This is a verb, another kind of a slang verb form. Oh,
Tell a
thanks.
joke.
Means to tell a joke. You crack a joke. There's several meanings of crack. Araceli, welcome to the class. Hello there.
Hello, thank you.
Thank you. Meow. Hello, kitty. And hello, kitty cat. Okay. Let's get to our idioms. All right. This will be a piece of cake, guys. Okay. All the idioms in this particular section are talking about things that are easy to do. So you're going to use these expressions. It's child's play. Take it in stride. It's a piece of cake. Nothing to it. Okay, these are in the form of like a dialogue. So two people talking to give you the idea of when people and how people would use a normal conversation. For example, Nader, if I said, I'm going to the UK this summer and I've never driven on the left before, you might say, oh, it's yeah, it's a, it's got to be because of it's a. You're absolutely right, a piece of cake. A piece of cake, and Nader has written it in the phonetic style you would most likely hear it. It's a piece of cake. Piece of cake. We tend to say it. It's such a very normal structure and normal idiom. We say it like it's one word. Ah, piece of cake. Even, I don't know if I get a piece of cake. We don't even bother to say it will be a piece of cake. We just piece of cake. Just like saying easy. Just keep your wits about you. Okay, very common expression. Moving on, Samira. Congratulations, Samira, on passing your driving test. Were you very nervous?
I was a bit nervous for the first 5 minutes, but after that, I think it was all plain sailing from there on.
Oh, yes. Okay, that's very good. I think that's the best choice as well. Plain sailing. Okay. Americans wouldn't say all plain sailing. We would say all smooth sailing.
All
It
smooth.
was smooth sailing from then on. Okay, so no problems. Just, the idea being that something is continuing, all right, continuous form, something continued without any problems. Smooth sailing or plain sailing or British, I guess. Okay, and another one Americans may use in such a case, similar to this. I might say it was all downhill. There. Now this one's tricky because downhill can mean it's or something's getting worse. The first day of my job started very badly and was all downhill from there. It got worse and worse. Okay, so you might use we got over the hump. Okay, something's difficult and then it changes and becomes easier. When we got over the hump, it was all downhill from there. Okay, in conjunction with these two idioms together, that you mean it's easy. Got to be careful with this idea. It was all downhill. You've got to clearly express it was a tough climb. Once we got through the difficult part, it was all downhill. It was all smooth sailing. It was easy. Got to be careful because that idiom can have basically completely opposite meanings. As I said, you have to be mentioning that, but you have to be very, very careful about how you say it. That's the thing. Usually, if it's just said by itself, it means things got worse. But if you say, for example, the project was difficult, but once we got through the first milestone, it was all downhill. It was all easy. The concept of Wednesday being hump day, all right? Well, what is the concept? I mean, think of the entire concept. You go up and up and up to Wednesday, and once you're over the hump, it's all just downhill to the weekend. It's a basic concept in English. So to say that there's absolutely no concept of things are getting easier, I think I disagree with the other teacher if they say, I mean, that's a basic metaphor. You climb up the hill, and then going down the hill is the easy part. It's a basic metaphorical in English. Yeah, sorry about that. Yes, Araceli, I do realize it's Monday. Sorry. Okay, Araceli, how's your dad getting on now he's retired? Is he adjusted to being at home?
Oh, he's getting on fine. He's taking it all on his stride, in his stride.
Okay. Yeah, well, I have a little problem with that too. Taking it in stride. I find it weird. He takes it all in stride. I find the possessive there to be Wilkins don't ever use a possessive. We just say he takes something in stride. He doesn't let things bother him. Is the idea. Yeah. Okay. He's taking it on stride. All right, you don't let changes or new things bother you. That's it, pretty much. Okay, I don't think there's anything else to add there. Heidi, number 4. I haven't used the latest version of this software yet.
Oh, don't worry about it. There's a tutorial that comes with it. It's child play.
It's what?
It's
Yeah.
no, it's already used. There was nothing to it, is it?
No, that easy.
I think it.
But
I guess it's got to be dead easy.
So I
Easy. Yeah, I think that's a little mistake, a little repetitiveness there. It's dead easy. Easy, dead easy. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be dead easy. It's also, there's another error here. Oh, don't worry about that or it. Yeah, you need some kind of a pronoun going on here. Of course.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there has to be an object pronoun. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Okay, it's dead easy. All right. All right. It's dead easy. We have other. It's as easy as pie. Okay. Similar to it's a piece of cake. It's as easy as pie. It's you might hear it's easy peasy. Easy peasy. A little alliteration to mean something very easy. All right. You might hear it's as easy as falling down. Okay, now these are all as something, as adjective, as something else. This is a pretty standardized way. This is called a simile. It's a pretty standardized way to make an analogy in order to kind of exaggerate the adjective and emphasize the adjective. All right. As hard as nails, as soft as a pillow, as blue as all right. It's as easy as pie. Easy as falling down. Okay. As easy as falling asleep. Well, native of us have a little more sleep.
No, it's difficult to fall asleep.
Yeah. It's easy for him. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Dead easy. All right. I've heard that before. Americans may use it, but very seldom. I think this is much more of a British thing. I've definitely heard the easy as pie a lot more often. Okay. Next one. How did your exams go then?
The written exam was really awful, but after that, oral was dead easy. There was
Could be.
nothing to it. There was nothing to it.
It would be possible to say it was dead easy or it was child's play. The same usage, really. It's really easy. It's child's play. It's dead easy. Something very simple to do is the idea.
Okay.
Okay. So if something is child's play, it's really easy. Same expression there. Okay. Nothing to it. All right. There's my pronunciation. Nothing to it. There was nothing to it. Nothing to it. Reduced pronunciation, fast phrase, because this is extremely common. Kind kind of when we want to be modest, we say there was nothing to it. It was easy. Okay, oh, this is another good addition here. Another idiom used if the thing you are doing involves using your hands. Absolutely, I could do it with my eyes closed. All right. Another one. There's quite a few variations. I could do it with one arm tied behind my back. And there's variations of this. Okay, I could do it with one arm and one leg tied behind my back. I could do it blindfolded. Ah, very good. Yep. Exactly. I could do it blindfolded. I could do it with my eyes closed. Yes. Something's very easy. And usually something physical. That's right. Okie doke. All right. Now we're going to move on to difficult things. We talked about how we express easy things with idioms. Now we're moving on to difficult. It's an uphill struggle. All right, we've got something a little bit different. We got a lot of words to choose from here. Let's see if we can figure out the idioms and talk about them a little. Then we'll see how they're in a dialogue. So, all right, this may be difficult, and don't worry about it. If it is, well, they're idioms. So if you don't know them, then it's going to be very difficult for you. But well, let's see how many. Okay. Okay. Who's next? Nidair. Nidair, it's something. It's an uphill. It has to be because of and with a vowel sound. So really, it's the only possible choice here, grammatically speaking. So very good, Nidair. If you can see that he has co-located it with a number of different words. Uphill struggle. It's an uphill fight. Yeah. An uphill battle. All of these are. We don't usually say it's an uphill job or it's an uphill task. But here again, okay, here's when going back to your downhill question. Well, all right, there's like 3 or 4 co-locations we can see with uphill, meaning difficult. So, all right, uphill struggle for the first half, but once you got through that difficult part, it was all downhill from there. It is possible. Maybe British. It could be. They do crazy things. Oh, okay. Very good. And thanks for the other co-locations. Samira.
Easier work than done. Maybe.
No.
No?
Something difficult. The idea is it's easier to talk about than to actually do it.
Easier said than done.
You're said.
Easier said than done, yes.
Samira, short E is just S. Said. So this is like a short, I know it's AI, but it's a short E sound. Easier said than done. Very common expression. When somebody talks about doing something and you're sitting there thinking to yourself, yeah, it's easy to say that, but actually it's going to be very difficult. And that's when you would say that. Well, yeah, right. Easier said than done. You usually say that to express some cynicism or doubt about actually getting that thing done, which somebody's talking about. All right. Next, Araceli.
I don't know this idiom. Maybe it's deep going.
Deep going. No, I think you may be right. It's no, no, I don't think so. I think there's a better one. How?
Hard going.
No, because I can see deep needs to be used. Hard going. Yeah, there you go. It's hard going. Again, here's another one that could have other collocations as well. It's hard going. I mean, just simply, it's very difficult. It takes a lot of effort. It's hard going. It's maybe it's heavy going. If I'm talking about, for example, hiking up a mountain after there was 2 meters of fresh snow, I would say it's really heavy going. It's not easy. Okay, progress is slow and takes a lot of effort, is the idea. Okay, thanks, Nader, for your contribution here. He whose hand is in water is not as he who has it in fire. Is not what? He whose hand is in water is not what? As he who has. Easier said than done? Okay. I'm a little confused. I don't know if it translates in English. Because it seems as when you use as something as he who has it in fire. Okay, it's not the same as. Okay. Ah, he's safe. Ah, oh, okay. Oh, so I see. So he just talks, but he's not in any danger. He has nothing to lose. I see. Okay. Oh, okay. I get it. All right. So somebody who's perfectly safe should not be trusted over somebody who has to. I get it. All right. Easier said doesn't really mean the same. It's not really the same. It's not that I should trust one person or another. It's just really simply saying it's easier said than done simply means it's easier. Your plan or your idea is easier to think of or to say, but it's emphasizing the fact what you're expressing. It's a reply. It would always be to someone saying what you're suggesting is going to be very, very difficult. Okay, maybe that it's not practical, for example. Okay, anyway, moving on. Heidi, D.
They learned the hard way.
Learn the hard way. Yeah, okay. I guess the C was probably going, but I've heard hard going, tough going, all the same. Learn the hard way, that's definitely correct. All right. What does that mean when you learn the hard way?
Learn from heavy expression or something. Through very sad expression or something.
Yeah. Well, okay. Maybe you learn something and you suffer a lot, or you learn something and you're near. For example, you learn from your own bad experience. That's a better way to put it. Yeah. I got caught in an avalanche when I was skiing. I learned the hard way. You really need to use a GPS transponder. Skiing in the mountains, off-piste, off-trail, where no one's around, you really have to bring a GPS transponder. First-hand, bad experience you learn from. Yeah, possibly. Right. Oh, okay. Moving on. Bakri, E. Ah, yeah.
Sort out the men from the boys.
Yeah. Sort out the men from the boys. Sort out the men from the boys. That's it. Why do we use that? Well, okay, we use that to describe a situation that's very difficult, or a situation that takes sacrifice or maturity, or yeah, well, all those things that somebody needs to get through a situation. All right, so there we are, hiking up our mountain in. For some reason, skiing in mountains and snow is all on my mind today, but anyway, difficult situations. Hiking up a mountain in the winter is not easy, and it's one experience that will sort the men from the boys. Courage, yes, courage, willingness, desire, all of those things could be being measured. Steadfastness, strength, physical strength even sometimes. So actually we use this expression for a wide range of circumstances that have to do with qualities of being, I guess, I maybe adult, but more, you know, just, I don't know, a lot of qualities that have to do with better humans, I guess. And of course, even though it's men from the boys, and yes, it's sexist, I definitely have heard this idiom used to talk about women. And whatever, I've heard announcers use this in women's professional basketball. Okay, this is the last 10-second game is really going to separate the men from the boys. Thought it was a little longer watching a women's basketball game, but hey, it's an idiom, so it's actually okay. Okay. All right, midair. How about F? Bitten off more than you can chew, definitely. Good one. If you bite off more than you can chew, well, you've volunteered to than you can cope with. If you think about it physically, if you stuff a loaf of bread in your mouth and you can't even move your mouth up and down, you can't chew it. If you bite off more than you can chew, maybe you volunteer for a project at work, and then you realize, uh-oh, I have other obligations to my family and other work obligations, and I'm going to have time to do all this. Sure, we've all experienced this one time or another. I have. I've scheduled like 58 classes for 1 week, and oh my goodness, I'm not physically able. Okay, Samira, how about G?
I got your needle, maybe.
No. I would add, that's how we say it, at least in Americans.
What?
Got your blank for you.
Blank?
So yeah, well, blank. This is a blank.
Okay.
Got your beep for you. I'm just saying that the idiom really should have for you at the end.
Gotcha.
So we use this. Okay.
Can
all right.
be blocked.
Got your work.
No. Okay.
No. Got your work cut out for you. All right, I would say this to you, for example, all right, you want to go to a university that will require you to get level 8 in IELTS, reading, writing, speaking, and listening. I would say, oh my goodness, you've got your work cut out for you. That, I'm making a comment, an observation that that's going to be very difficult.
Okay. I see.
It's a huge challenge. You've got your work cut out for you. If you had octuplets, 8 babies, octuplets, I would definitely say, oh my, Oh my, you've got your work cut out for you. I don't know how you're going to manage. All right. Moving on, Araceli. H.
Thrown it at the end. The I don't know. The like the end of the world or something. Maybe it could be the
No. Think of swimming.
yeah. Okay. So the deep end. Okay.
There you go.
I
So if
understand
you
the
don't know how to
meaning.
swim, and I'm going to teach you how to swim by putting you into the deep end where it's over your head.
So you had
That's
to learn
basically,
on your own.
yeah, as we say, sink or swim. Okay, sink or swim, very much related to this idiom. Okay, so for example, if you start a new job and they throw you in at the deep end, give you no training, like they don't teach you how to swim at all, and they send you right. Okay, you're going to be calling companies and selling them vacuum cleaners, but we're not going to train you how to do it. Just go ahead, give it a try. Sink or swim. If you manage to sell a couple of vacuum cleaners, great. You didn't drown. That's
Wow.
the idea.
Do you
And
remember Cornell? Uh, he
yeah,
told
yeah,
me he
sure.
was exactly in that situation you described in his new job.
Oh
He didn't know how to do it. Yes,
my gosh.
he
Yeah,
came to
that's
a
tough.
class yesterday and he was saying, I don't know. So he was thrown
Yeah,
in at the
he
deep
was
end.
drowning,
Yeah.
drowning at the deep end. Or as I might as well. There's no reason not to show it now. Nader's brought it up, and so we could describe Cornell as being out of his depth. So he felt out of. He was thrown in at the deep end. He threw him in at the deep end, and he was out of his depth. Okay, two sides of the same coin here with these idioms. To throw someone at the deep end and to be thrown in at the deep end, you say, I'm at my depth. I don't know what I'm in deep water here. I could say it like that. I'm in deep water here. Oh boy. Yeah. Heidi,
Mhm.
I.
Like looking for a needle in a haystack.
And obviously you've heard of this before, or you'd never be able to just think of it probably.
Mhm.
Yeah, a needle in a haystack. Okay.
In
Excuse me.
Japan,
If you're looking
we say looking for a coin in a beach and in a dune or
for a coin on the beach,
a beach.
okay. Yeah. I wish I had a South Korean student here, because they have an expression. I don't know. Maybe you've heard it, Heidi. Looking for Mr. Lee. Because I don't know if you know this, but that's an extremely common. So there's whatever, millions of Mr. Lees in South Korea. So same idea. If you're looking for a needle in a haystack, you're looking for Mr. Lee. I like that one. It cracks me up. It's like looking for Mr. Lee. It's impossible. Looking for who's that guy with a red hat? He's in the. Who's that guy? Where's Waldo? Oh. And like looking for Waldo in a. Yeah, Where's Waldo? You know that one? You guys know that? He's got like a red and white striped shirt and a red and white striped hat.
Yes, yes. I'm wearing glasses. Glasses.
Well, here's a really stupid expression. I've only heard this once, but
Out of mind.
as Araceli calls him, looking for Waldo. I've heard this one. This one's really unique. I can't really say it's an idiom. I don't know if a friend of mine said this, and I just fell on the floor laughing because it just seemed very funny to me. Okay, not really an idiom, but amusing. Okay, looking for a needle in a haystack, trying to find something very difficult to find, or find something you're looking for something that's very similar. Now, looking for a needle in a haystack obviously can be used for very concrete and physical things, but it can also be used for more abstract things as well. It's possible to use abstract ideas as well that are hard to find. Okay, Bakri, K. Ha.
How about I? Out of my.
Oh, out of my depth.
Out of my depth. Okay.
I kind of included it with
Yeah.
here. Out of my depth. Kind of included it with H because they're very, very much related. Two sides of the same idiom, really.
Okay, good. Not exactly.
Yeah, K.
Bed of roses, or not exactly a bed of roses.
There you go. A bed of roses, a garden of flowers or vegetables, just bed, a particularly tended area of flowers or vegetables is a bed of carrots, bed of roses. Okay. This form, not exactly, is a very sarcastic way and very common way to emphasize the opposite of what you're saying. A bed of roses has the connotation, his life is a bed of roses. Okay, the idea is very easy and sweet and nice and pleasant. But of course, it's kind of crazy because roses have thorns, but anyway. So we use not exactly a lot. It's not exactly the best movie I've ever seen. Okay. Very common way to say something's not good. It's not the best movie I've ever seen. That means that it's a bad movie. But we could use it the other way. It's not exactly the worst movie I've ever seen, which means it's okay. All right, a little double negative action going on with not exactly. We mean the opposite of what we're saying. Spines, thorns. Not sure if a spine's path? No. I'm not familiar with that collocation. No.
It's
Or
like
thorns
the
path.
opposite. Yes, it's something very difficult. It's like a thorns path is very difficult to go that path. But maybe
yeah,
I thought it was this one, not in English.
Yeah. I think there is one. There's something about going through a fence made of. There is some kind of expression about. I can't remember it. Like a hedge made of thorns and spines. There is something. I can't think of it though. Maybe I'll think of it later. Okay, not exactly a bed of roses. Great. Midair, trying to get a blank out of a stone. Yeah. Trying to get tears out of a stone. Well, blood. Yeah, blood from a stone or blood from a. I'm more familiar with instead of from a. Blood from a stone, blood from a turnip. Some would say that the European Union is trying to get blood from a stone by demanding that Greece stay with her ops. Milk from a bull. Oh boy. Actually, Actually, milk from a bull, we do have that concept in English, but it's more he's a complete idiot. Yeah, he's the kind of guy you find in the farm trying to get milk from a bull. Yeah, he's going to get himself killed doing stupid things. Blood from a stone is just impossible. Blood from a turnip of all vegetables, I have no idea why, but it's idiomatic. Same idea. You can't get something where there is not something. Usually it's to talk about money. You can't get money from somebody, no money. Okay, Samira.
What is equivalent like in English, like the milk from a bowl? A bowl.
Milk from a bowl. I don't know. I think he's saying that it's
Idiom or an expression.
I guess I think Nader's trying to say that it's close to getting blood from a stone. There is no way you're going to get milk from a bull. No way you're going to get blood from a stone. But in English, milking a bull means somebody's an idiot. Yeah.
Okay.
He's the kind of guy you find milking a bull in the farm. Yeah. All right. Slightly different. Samira.
A tough nut to crack.
A tough nut to crack. Yeah. All right. Very good. It's a tough nut to crack. All right. You need to get a certain score. You need to get 98 on your test. That's a tough nut to crack. That's, again, similar to your last idiom. Got your work cut out for you. We use this expression to talk about how difficult something is. Very difficult. Okay. In Arabic, we tell them it's a bull, and they keep saying milk it. It means they don't understand. Funny. Well, again, they don't understand. They're kind of stupid. So it's not that different. Araceli, letter N.
I think this expression was in a song, Baptism of Fire.
Was it? Yeah,
yes,
probably.
Brothers in Arms. Do you know that song? Oh, it's
vaguely familiar, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Baptism by fire, in a way, a little bit similar to thrown in at the deep end. All right, you're going to experience in the hardest possible way. Introduced to something the most difficult way. Well, perfect. A band of brothers, or what? A war movie or something, right?
Yes, it's always related to war, or it's just a metaphor?
Yeah, well, okay. A baptism of fire is frequently used to introduce to war. Okay, we landed on the ground in a foreign country and bombs started exploding everywhere. It was a baptism of fire, like that. Yeah. And wow, today we're never going to get through this. Okay, we've got like literally 1 minute. Okay, Bakri, let's see if you can figure out which one. You'll never find hundreds of J. Smiths in the phone book. Oh, finding Mr. Lee.
Phone book, yeah, it is like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, like finding Mr. Lee. Very similar, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Very good. Nader, can you believe it? My first day at work, and I had to give a presentation on my ideas to the whole department. Crazy company. Yeah, that's what you call a crazy company. Very good. What you call, yeah, I couldn't say it any better myself. Absolutely. Probably that's what you call a trial by fire. or baptism by, a trial by fire. We also use that. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, okay, that's a baptism by fire. As I said, similar to the idea of out of your depth or thrown in the deep end. Ooh, well, I'm sorry to say, but I am out of time. I got to get going. So I see you again real soon. But bye-bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.